Okay, I hope you can see me. I'm doing this by myself, and so it's harder without somebody videoing me. We're going to talk about writing some more. Specifically, we're going to talk about informational writing. This is the one we were working on in class. It's about seahorses, and so the first thing we know we need in informational writing is a title, a topic sentence, 3 facts, and then a conclusion. And so good writers, when they're writing and they're trying to concentrate and make sure their writing makes sense, they go back and read what they wrote. I didn't bring a pointer from school, so I'm using my wooden spoon. And I'd like you to read along with me. All about seahorses. And you'll notice that I put this little help for us. That's my title, so check mark that one off. I got my first part done. Seahorses are interesting. That's my topic sentence. It's a very general idea about what we're going to talk about. My first fact. It is a fish that lives in warm, shallow water. Fact number 2. A seahorse does not use its tail to swim. It's used to hold onto the seaweed. Now I need fact number 3. And I remember when we read our story, when we read that book about seahorses, that one of the things that we learned was that seahorses, the female, which we know means girl, the female seahorse deposits the eggs into the male's pouch. And so we're going to say that somehow, and I have to think of a way to make that sound good in a sentence. And sometimes when you're writing, that's a hard thing to do, to think it all through before you start writing. But this is just my sloppy copy, so it would be okay if I didn't get it just right. But I'm going to say, the female puts the eggs in the male's pouch. So I'm going to start with that. The female, oops, I'm going to run out of room. Don't want to write on my wall. Puts the eggs in the male's pouch. And then what does the male do with them? He keeps them there until they are hatched. So we're going to say he keeps the eggs. Oh, I hope this goes, we can see it. Until they hatch. And I'm having good finger spaces and periods and uppercase letters when I start. So that would be fact number 3. So I'm going to write fact 3 right here. So we talked about the title. We talked about the topic sentence. We have fact 1, fact 2, and fact 3. And now we need a conclusion. We need something that kind of wraps up our whole informational writing. So I have to think of something that kind of sums it all up, makes it all come together to finish it so it sounds good. So I think I'm just going to say that seahorses are unusual fish. So I'm going to say a seahorse I don't know if you will be able to see this. Horse is an unusual fish. Oh my goodness, I hope you guys can see all those words. Because good writers go back and read what they wrote, we're going to go back and make sure it makes sense. So we're going to start from the very top, and we're going to start with the title, and it says, All About Seahorses. Read with me, guys. Seahorses are interesting. There's my topic sentence. My first fact, It is a fish that lives in warm, shallow water. Fact 2, a seahorse does not use its tail to swim. It's used to hold onto seaweed. Fact 3, the female puts the eggs in the male's pouch. He keeps the eggs until they hatch. I'm not sure you can see this. I can't check right now. And then our conclusion sentence, I'm going to write that word, conclusion, which just means we're at the end of our stuff. The conclusion says, a seahorse is an unusual fish. So that's an informational writing. That took a long time for us to write that. There's probably lots of things you guys can do. I'm going to make a little challenge today. You can try it if you want to. In your journals when you're writing today, I'd like you to pick a topic. Pick a topic that you know. If you know a lot about, cows, if you happen to live on a dairy and you know a lot about cows, or you can write about cows. Or if your favorite animal is a dog and you know a lot about dogs, Taylor, that could be you. You should write about what you know about. Chris, you could write about Harry Potter. Adrian, you could write about Disneyland. Things that you know about. Those are the topics that I want you to address, try to address in your journal today. Something that you know about, whatever it is, and then you can do it. You can inform us, you can tell us, you can write an informational writing so that we can learn what you know. It's just a challenge, just try it. Fill up that whole page in your journal, skip a line like we do. You guys know what to do. And that's it for our writing assignment today. Thanks.